Okay. Now, when you were living back home in Detroit, you and your mom never talked about your sexuality.
No, we didn't.
Right. But when you got to Oakland, your uncle asked you flat out if you were gay.
Yeah, that was something else. Yeah, that was real deep.
Was that the first time a family member just came out and asked you?
Well, yeah, it was different. It was real different. He was really a different individual from when he had left Detroit and he had came to Oakland and, ended up being a counselor. And all he knew was to just really be open and honest. But I've always known him as a jokester. So when he asked me, I was like, oh no, this motherfucker is playing. Like, this is really going to be a problem. And all I could keep thinking about was San Pablo. I'm getting ready to be, I'm like, it's just, he's like, you got to be honest with yourself. He said that's the first step in recovery, because if you don't be honest with yourself about who you are, then, you know what I'm saying? You'll go crazy. And one thing that he taught me, and I stand by this today, which is, it's none of my business what you think about me. It's all of my business of what I think of myself. So I don't really care because it holds no weight and no value on my life.
So was it after that you came out as gay in terms of just this is who I am publicly, I'm not trying to hide it and so forth?
Absolutely. I was able to evolve into myself. And he told me early on, he said, it's layers to you. And he said, as you get older, then you'll see. And as I get older, they just keep peeling and peeling and peeling. And it's a beautiful thing because also the only thing that does not change is change itself.
Right. And back then, you were gay, but you were still presenting yourself as a man.
Right. A gay boy, a butch queen.
Right. Okay. So here you are in Oakland, you come out and you end up getting a job at a hotel.
Yes.
Okay. And with that job, you started to kind of get into some illegal activities.
Right. And okay, so let me clear up a lot from when they see trap queens. What happened was I did work at a hotel. And at that particular time, I was had access to being able to get the numbers. I was supposed to go out of town. I think it was Labor Day weekend or something like that. And I had bought a ticket from a guy that was doing the tickets. But when I went to the airport, my ticket blew up because he had been using this one card or however many cards he used. He exhausted everything. So when I called him and I said, my ticket, it blew up. What's going on? So he said, I need some numbers, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I go to the job, I get the numbers. I don't even go to Labor Day weekend because when I found out, once he told me what to do and how to do it, then I made a bag.
Right. So you would take stolen credit card numbers.
Yes.
And book airline tickets. Well, that's what he was doing for you.
Yes.
And you gave him more numbers. Yeah, I remember I had a guy like this that was booking tickets for me back in the day when I was real broke. And I showed up at the airport and, the ticket didn't work.
Yeah.
But usually the person who shows up at the airport doesn't get charged.
No.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
You just have to rebuy the ticket, basically.
Basically, that's exactly what you would have to do. Is just redo the ticket, or back then they could call me and I'd turn around and whoop, and it's done. It would be the finality of it. It would be done.
Okay, so when did it go from taking a few credit card numbers and handing them over to actually starting your own credit card scam operation?
for me, it was just something that actually organically happened. So none of it was planned in reference to, you know, okay, well, I think I want to do this and I want to do that. I just kind of like it organically came into play. And that's how it happened. And then just being affiliated with so many different people. Because for the most part, it's like I got my gay gangsters, but I really run with street niggas, like for real. And they respect me and I respect them. So when you have that many individuals, different personalities in your life, then, each one teach one. And that's what we did. I taught a lot of them, you ain't got to go and run 10 keys. This is what you could do. Ain't it good to get 300 real quick instead of driving across state? Shit.
Right. Well, it started off with the airline tickets, but it kind of expanded to other things: cars, TV, cell phones, computers,
Well,
hotel
it was
rooms.
more so, it was the wire fraud.
Mm-hmm.
None of my cars have been not without my name. Every car, every house that I have owned has always been in my name. So I want to be clear that there's no fraud or deception in any of that. Because if you take from it, you got to give back. You just can't keep taking. Yeah, you got to give back.
Right. And at one point, you're making about $50,000 a month.
Yeah, or something like that, a little bit more maybe. I don't, you know what? I never really like to add to shit because now it make me mad. But, no, it was a lot, You figure when you look at it, if at that time, if I did something for maybe 300,000 or something like that, then maybe equate it into like the 50 a month. But, it's so much other shit that was going on. So I never really, it was just irrelevant for me as long as I could take care of my family.